Supreme Magus, Chapter 12. Learning a Trade. Lid had been so engrossed reading to forget where he was, throwing caution to the wind. When Nana caught him red-handed, he was startled enough to yelp. I thought I knew every single rascal, but I failed to recognize this one. What's your name, kid? Lit, what's yours? He replied while making puppy eyes. Nana was now more curious than angry. Lit? Do you mean Alina's little imp? No wonder your face is new to me. You were just a newborn the last time I saw you. Nana present had made the chatter stop. Some women wanted to ask her how long until their turn. Others were just curious. Elena jumped from her chair, apologizing on Lit's behalf. There's no need to apologize, Elena, Nana said. No harm, no fool. The little imp has not damaged the book while playing with it. Yes, Mom, there's no need to apologize. Lit hated when someone spoke of him like he wasn't there. And I was not playing with it. I was just reading. Reading? Young man, how old are you? 3 years and something? If this is a joke, it's not funny. I never expected one of Elena's children to be such a liar. He is not lying. During the last storm, Lit was bored, so he asked his father to teach him how to read, write, and count. Here is proof. Elena handed Nana the wooden ruler. Elena's rebuttal had caught her by surprise. She realized to have struck a nerve. After studying the ruler, Nana had to admit it was a clever learning tool. Tell your husband that this thing is really a good idea. He could sell it to Teacher Howell. It never hurts to have extra money. Elena wouldn't let her change the subject, not until she apologized for calling her son a liar. Ras didn't invent it. Lit did, so he could study alone without bothering anyone. Nana was shaken by all those sudden revelations. Her pride wanted to avoid apologizing, but insinuating that Elena too was lying in front of all those people would have hurt her whole family's reputation. So, young man, how much is 7 times 6? 42. Nana took the book from Lid's hands, and after opening a random page, she gave it back. What is written here? Start from the top of the page. Lid suppressed a smirk. The first thing to understand while studying magic is that it's just a tool. Anyone can use it, but only few can actually use it properly. In fact, okay, that's enough. I owe you an apology, Lid. Yet she said it while looking at Elena. Seems your son is indeed blessed by the light, dear. The room was once again resounding with chatter, but this time they were all discussing the same topic. What does Nana mean with blessed by light? Isn't that just a fairy tale? I wish my son was that smart. Every morning just sending him to school is a war of attrition, not to mention getting some actual results. Those were the most common comments. Lit kept hitting the iron while still hot. Can I? Suddenly he realized that he ignored the word borrow. Take it with me for some time. I will return it as it is, I promise. And what would you do with it? Can you already use magic? Nana's reply would have normally been quite different, but she had enough surprises for the day and could not afford anyone's sarcasm or skepticism. Yes, I can. Lit replied before realizing his mistake. I'm an idiot. I just blew my cover. Years of careful planning ruining by this big mouth of mine. The only thing I can do is damage control. Really? And what can you do? Yes, Lit, what can you do? Elena rebuked. Her right foot was furiously tapping the floor in annoyance. Lit knew he was in trouble. I can do wind and water chore magic, he said with a low, apologetic tone while staring at his own shoes. I'm sorry, Mom. I know you prohibited me to use any magic, but everyone else in the house always used it, and I was so bored. The chattering increased in volume. Helena was really angry, but she could not scold him in public, not when they were staring at them with admiration. Nana seems really impressed. Maybe this is a turning point in Lid's life. If she takes him as her apprentice, we could have a healer in our family. I can't ruin this opportunity. So she kept silent, wondering about her son's future. Would you please show me? Nana asked, smiling for the first time. In for a penny, in for a pound. Here goes everything, Lid thought. Breza! Lid twirled his middle and index finger 2 times, creating as many tiny whirlwinds that he used to quickly sweep the room. He pretended to lose control from time to time. His goal was to impress, not to brag or scare people out of their wits. Oh, 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 Nana laughed in admiration. She could see more and more of her in the little imp. Nana to have been a precocious brat. When she was his age, her talent was better, but Lit was still a sight to behold. Usually men were less talented for magic, since women with their prerogative to give birth were naturally more in tune with the life force of the planet. Some call that word energy, others simply call it mana. Also, country boys were usually blockheads, more inclined to hard works in the fields or in the military rather than spend years on books. Now, I want you to do a thing for me. You said you can conjure water, right? Lit nodded in response. Now call upon water. It doesn't matter how little, but then you have to not let it fall. You must make it float like this. A perfect sphere of water the size of a fist appeared a half-meter from Nana's open hand. Lit could not comprehend the why of such specific request, but he complied. Jorun, he conjured less than a glass worth of water, keeping its form irregular and unstable. Lit could not afford any more mistakes. His focus peaked trying to make his lack of control convincing. The water floated for 3 seconds before falling off. But instead of hitting the floor, it started floating again, becoming another perfect sphere orbiting around Nana's palace like the moon does around the earth. Lit was flabbergasted, not by Nana's control on the mana flow. He was already able doing the same, if not better. He could not avert the eyes from the spectacles in front of him. Both spheres of water were constantly spinning on themselves, reflecting everything around them. They would capture the light from the sun, turning it into sparkles of rainbow. Lit had always seen magic like a force to be reckoned with, a great tool to build his future with. But he never thought of it as beautiful. For the first time in over 3 years, he was not pretending anymore. He was simply amazed, staring at the dancing lights while the memories of his old life flooded his mind. He suddenly remembered all the hours that he spent as a kid, hiding in the planetarium together with his little brother Carl. They would dream of becoming astronauts, to run away to the stars where no one would ever hurt them again. And just like that, his grief returned, stronger than ever, fighting the joy out. The pain for the loss overwhelmed him. Tears started streaming from his eyes. Lid, are you all right? Elena's voice woke him up from his stupor. Realizing how weak he had allowed himself to be, Lid felt deeply disgusted. Water is just water. No need to get soft over a measly light show. Soldier up and follow the plan. Lid stilled himself, sealing away all the feelings that he deemed useless. I'm done getting hurt, he thought. Yes, Mommy, I'm all right. I was just moved from the old lady's magic. My name is Nereya Lid, but everyone calls me Nana. Why Nana? Nana was usually a term of endearment used for the family's grandmother. You see, when I was still young maiden, everyone called me by my name. But the time passed, and I helped so many children come into this world that they started to call me Mama. After even more time passed, those children had children of their own, and they started to call me Nana. She ruffled Lid's hair. I have a proposal for you. Now you are too little, but when you become 6 years old, instead of going to school together with those blockheads, you could come here instead. So you could read those books as much as you want, and maybe you can learn a trade, mine. Lid tilted his head, playing dumb. I don't know. You don't seem nice. I would like the books, though, he replied while hiding behind his mother, only half his face visible behind her legs. Elena didn't know if to laugh or cry. Her dream had come true, but Lee didn't understand what he was turning down. Please excuse him, Nana. He is just 3 years old. He has no idea what he is saying. He doesn't even know the importance of apprenticeship. 3 years old, Nana repeated. It's almost too good to be true. But you are right. If he had to choose between gold and toys, he would probably pick the latter. We'll have this conversation again 3 years from now. She knelt down, looking Lid straight in the eyes. If you don't become dumb as all other boys in this village, I'll take you as my apprentice. If you are still interested in magic and books, of course. Lid nodded, grabbing his mother's gown, looking for protection. His weak and scared appearance hid his inner rage. 3 years? I could have as well starved by then, and all because of you, greedy hag. He was so sick of being hungry. He wanted to bite her out of frustration. Calm down, Derek, and remember all your lessons. Suck it up and grow stronger, because only strength will make you free. Only power will keep your family safe.